G'day, today we are going to have a look at the daily for something different. It is a Wellington map, and both of these are beneficial, which is nice because I can have a chance to try and do well in Wellington, which is usually a struggle for me. So, see the top 10 here, we're going to have to crack 4,000, but that would put us in the top 1%, it looks like, if we were to do that. I do like the dailies because you've only got one chance, one shot, one opportunity. So let's see how we go. Now the colors on this one will be a little bit different. I did play mini motorways with my daughter a little bit, and I let her choose all the color mode colors. So you might get a bit more of a pinky purpley vibe in the colors chosen. Hopefully it's not too hard to match them off against the black background. The double tunnels will definitely be helpful because we do use a lot of tunnels in this map. And I mean, particularly since you can see that we've already blocked off the pass that we get with this mountain range. I might do that. Just don't want to have purple build two houses there and sort of block itself off. It's a nice destination to get circular so early because it's got such close houses. We'll go the roundabout. I'll check the roundabout up there. I've found that this section sometimes can get very busy. I guess especially now that that's gone circular. And these houses are slightly far away for this guy. He could start to struggle at some point. At least his four houses are all in the sort of nice line at the moment to make it easy for them to get there. So let's pause for a second. That's while we change this. We're going to flip them around to the outside. I just have to move that roundabout over a little bit. We'll see if we can fit it in here somewhere. Okay. It is still relevant for what I want for this guy. The idea is that at some point, because he's traveling further to get to his destination than say this guy is, he could start to struggle at some point. And so if we need to give him a motorway to get other houses close, there's a roundabout that motorway and his existing cars are going to use to get in. So that's why he's getting that. It's a very long-term future-proof, something that we're not going to see for a few thousand. Okay, so what we'll do here is we will flip this around and have them go up and around that way. We will turn this guy that way. Just leave a few options there. Again, we don't want green or yellow to block this off. We want to sort of hopefully get what we've got here where they're all sort of like ducks are in a row and we can just line them up. We do have this second roundabout. The positioning of this guy would be nice to have a roundabout for this guy. I don't think that we're going to be able to fit it in, and actually getting purple down here suggests that we're not going to see much in the way of help for this guy. We've got 39 racks, so let's, for now, that is a for now, build this. The other option that we would have is that we could have these guys go through this roundabout and then through this wall up to him. But if I can avoid having two guys share, like the same set of houses shared multiple destinations, I definitely will. The main reason for that, the fact he's gone circular is going to make this a little bit trickier though. The main reason for trying to avoid it is if both of the destinations start to go, like, really struggle, there's no guarantee that the guys going to those destinations are going to be addressing the one that's a bigger problem. So there's no reason that I need to drop so low on this. I can go up a little bit higher. Just mean I have to wait. How close I can get to him. Just there. We will do that. Because he's circular, I feel like he's going to really start to be a problem. These two houses here, we could also flip around to have join to the back here as well. Alright, so how are we getting these guys out over there? I suppose what we can do... Firstly, he's not circular. That means we've got a little bit more of leeway in him needing urgent attention. A roundabout on him would be really good. But the only option would be there, which the current road wouldn't be able to take advantage of at all. Alright, well, that's what we'll do here is... I don't really get that in there at all, so let's just put that on there. This guy on there. Got two pink houses up here as well. Being the fact that the two of these are square destinations is probably the only thing that'll allow this to be acceptable. Them sharing that route. Definitely take the tunnels. Combination of two things that isn't great there, which is the being so far away and being a double destination. Let's get you up quicker. Green, okay. So, get these two guys to... We've got plenty of bridges, so no harm in getting these guys to bounce up. Get those guys to go that way, we'll flip these two guys around this way. Pause for a second, there's another greenhouse for that. So that one's an easy fix. I do really need to get these two houses north. Now, one easy also thing that I should be doing here is getting these two guys down here. At least a handy extra, so is that. Maybe I don't need these two guys. But what we need is to keep this, so let's get rid of that for a second. Actually, I don't really want that. I do want these guys to come down that way, so let's just block that off. Ah! Couldn't get there fast enough. It's completely blocked. I just wanted these pink guys to connect to that. I suppose, I mean, no, they can't really go around because this guy's going to have to go straight up. Man, I ran out of tiles really early in this week. Motorway. Okay. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to kill all that. We're going to flip these three guys around to that side because it gives them a bit more room. We're going to get rid of all of that. And we're going to get rid of all of that. And that. Then, we're going to put that roundabout in. We're going to let these guys, because they are using a motorway straight away, we're going to give them that roundabout luxury. We're then going to run this purple guy up that way. Give him some company. Actually, I don't know if we need this guy. We might just claim these three. There. Then what we can do is turn these two guys get rid of that and have these guys come slightly more straight down. Then our pink guys, once we get some of these roads back, go help out there. Anyone that's my current concern. This is the biggest issue. I'm not happy that this guy here has only got 2 houses looking after him and he's circular. It would be good to get a roundabout on his entrance, or it becomes a problem. I might claim that roundabout. Put on that guy. Well, there's a roundabout. I don't think that's needed there. I think he's okay for now. We put a motorway here and we ran it down this way. The closest that it could get to this community is probably there. Well, keep that in mind. Some of these colors we currently only have one destination for, like this light blue and red. With those guys, it feels like there's a real concern that they'll start to go really dangerous. Because they've got so little, like, because there's only one destination that everything has to pass through. Green is well looked after. It's just the fact that this yellow doesn't seem to be in any sort of trouble. I mean, you can see that cars are even happily, like, waiting. Like, they're not, like, this guy's still sitting at home. But I don't really need to address it. Roundabout. Okay. We'll give this guy a roundabout. Okay. Let's get this guy connected in there for the moment. I'm gonna get this nice little hub here, and they're in a much better spot for getting this section. Had a lot of green guys show up in that same tight little spot here. Luckily, we've got this huge connection of green. Can just sneak through the mountain and get over there. I mean, there's houses are much closer than that, but these guys are all occupied. That guy there might need some help. Alright, let's flick that guy around. Though flicking that guy around means that this guy only has the one house looking after him. Let's give him back that guy, because this guy's got 4. You can see that this collective here has actually completely stopped this one being used at all at the moment. I want more tunnels. I'm always going to take motorways over tunnels, but I would like to get some more tunnels in here. This is at least a really nice sort of auxiliary setup for them. If I have an excess of motorways, there. A few things I don't really need, so we'll take the traffic lights just in case. We'll put the traffic lights there. And this one guy we could actually flip around to come into this section here. You can see that there are guys going from these houses too. It says that this has escalated. Who was that? Both of these guys. Okay. So, let's get... I don't have any things at the moment. Alright, so let's bring this guy down here. It's 4 more houses. And what we will do is we'll send them... Get up there, good. Probably could have attached him to that one. Get that guy on there too. You can see this is why I said I don't like having 2 guys share a the same lot of guys. There's 5 houses connected to this. So what I want to do is I'm going to move this to there. The problem is that because all those guys have just gone, we're going to have to wait for them to get all the way back. Do you have any extra temp guys that we can send? Probably not. I might have to though. Let's just make a... Well, let's have a look at where I've got guys. So we've got 2 houses here. We've got 3 houses here. Can turn into a weird little hybrid 5. That's very ugly, but that's okay. The point of them is just to be temporary. Now that's already up and active. So what I'm going to do now is delete that. All I'm asking for is that this guy is managed by the houses in this weird collective, and then the future collective that is waiting for these guys to return home. Which should reduce the amount of traffic going through this section, which will mean that this guy's not as bad off. So you can see that firstly we're looking better at fixing this guy. Problem here now being that we have guys that are actually what we can do that. And they're just waiting for that. Anyway, doesn't much matter. You can see that this guy's already corrected. We have more orange houses in here. How's orange looking? You know, let's get this guy to bounce all the way down to that one. That guy on there too. It's the second time I've had this happen in a recent game. I don't think I filmed the other one, where I've just got a motorway that is just sort of stuck in limbo, that it never creates. I'm moving it, see what happens. There we go. Get rid of you. Drag you. It's that one. Right, so that one's still waiting there. You see, there's a car that just went on that route, even though that route's been long gone. There we go. Okay, route gone. So let's build that up there and send this to there. Built. And then say get rid of that guy, get rid of that extra stuff. I mean, if these guys want to, they can come down and help out with that. Take the roundabout. I mean, annoyingly, it means I now want a roundabout for this setup, so we can shift those guys over. We've got an extra motorway, so it'll at least get done. But it does mean that I can't just inherit a motorway to give to these guys straight away. That might end up shooting me in the foot. This green guy here, we can get him to go help out with this. What we can do is, because this guy is let's work out what our best route is. Maybe what we could do is move these guys to there, have these guys come in there, then bounce like that, so then we can get these 3 guys. They just have to use the same roundabout and come down here. Although I've just got that that motorway back. Let's keep an eye on how this guy's looking. Are we winning or we're losing? Right, okay. Well, this guy here, he's finally said there's only so much I can stand. So let's get him. These 4. And again, we still only have 1 yellow house. This is the very first... No, it wasn't the very first color we got. Sorry, I'm used to it being the very first color I get. But in this one, it was a few deeper than that. Alright, that is a permanent fix for yellow there. I suppose this can be a permanent fix for orange, because these 3 guys shouldn't only ever come at the very, like, worst case scenario situations. This guy here is also going to need some help. don't have any tunnels, so I can't even just push these guys through the hill. Oh, I've only got the 3 tunnels. Dang. Got 2 major issues going on at the moment. You can see that this is a bad traffic jam down there. Thank you. Okay, so tunnel in there. That's only a square guy, so we can give him that same assistance. And these 2 guys can have a tunnel go there. I'm going to get us 5 more houses to help out with that. These guys are starting to just sort of like scream again. Who's that? Green also isn't happy. And all of these green guys out? They are. So push these guys up here, but that's likely to create a traffic jam for this that is going to make things even worse for him. It's just that you can see that parking lot's a traffic jam, and these guys trying to get more guys in is potentially going to make him in a worse spot, so possibly won or lost in that decision. Now over here we've got 3 red guys that we can connect to the outside of this white. This is all just for this weird sort of like backlog of things that run around to get up here. Hopefully they're not going to be too much of a nuisance, and what we can do is get them in there so we can have 6 guys just suddenly surge up there to help out. So we've got this little neighborhood here. I mean, they've got a roundabout there, but he's connecting to this side, so I suppose those guys have to go around the top to sort of connect in. You can see just the jam that's going on in here. These guys state that these ones only parked on this side, and these guys parked on the green parked on the right, the blue parked on the left would be fine, but 3,800, so almost in that 4,000 range there. Let's have a look at that. We did stand up there. Where was that? Top 3%. 28. It's not too bad. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. Until next time, catch you later. See ya.